G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the west side of the map, playing as the deli, it is Salami, the Wallalol god himself. With a beautiful, look at that monument. I can never get over that monument. That I will always be drawn to this monument. I think it's the gold in the monument that makes it so good. It's also the fact that it's giant. For anybody who doesn't know, I unlocked the Nest of Bees monument that you can get for playing China. Hey, I just realized, is that bell still in there? Yo, the monument is on top of the bell. What are you doing, you silly bell? The Nest of Bees monument is so small. It would come up like, I'm not even kidding you, the Nest of Bees monument comes up to like the bottom of the like the sari. Is that what the elephant's wearing? Is sari? I'm not sure exactly what it is. But anyway, that is our first player of the game. Over on the other side of the map, playing as the Red Mongols, it is going to be Pilot Elf 8750880, who we're just going to be calling Pilot Elf, because that is a lot easier. He's going to be playing the Mongols for us. He's already opened up with a nice little find here. You can see he's got the sheep coming up in back. He's not going to be going for a double scout opening, or at least a single scout opening as you would do with the Mongols. We'll have to wait and see what he does. Now this guy, for anybody who doesn't know about Pilot Elf, he is a little bit notorious on the ladder, and there's a reason why. He loves to tower rush. Every single game, this guy is tower rushing, and it seems like we potentially don't have a tower rush. We have instead a pasture. So Pilot Elf finally going to be looking to mix things up a little bit. He's played more than 1,000 games on the ladder, and every single one of them was tower rush. Every single one of them. Even the ones on like Warring Islands, tower rush. I'm just kidding. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. But I've heard he's a little bit of a legend. Back towards the base of Salami. We've got him on the deli, and he's playing impressively. We've watched a couple of games from Salami today. He's looked very, very good. And he's going to be opening us up with a mill. Wheelbarrow going to be coming in, and we already see there's interestingly no lumber camp coming down. So I'm not going to be looking to get that early forestry in. But collecting up the sheep, only doing a single scout as well. Seems to be interesting that we've only got two or single scouts coming out from both players. Now, most of the matches I've casted today have seen a drop in the amount of early scouts, so potentially we see the meta beginning to shift. Already we see Pilot Elf now beginning to pick up some sheep. He's doing pretty damn well so far throughout this game. A lot of sheep coming in behind him. And keep in mind, when you're a Mongol player, you're allowed to have as many sheep as you like behind you, but when you are playing against the Mongols, you got to be very careful about carrying your sheep around, because this little guy right here, he might get picked off. If we've got a Khan in this area, and indeed we do, this little guy is not too long for this world. Pilot Elf going to be turning his attention towards his opponent. You can see the arrow just going to be coming out towards that sheep. First sheep going to be going down of the game. It's a sad little sheep, unfortunately. But Salami might be able to bring it back close towards his town center. It's not too far away, but unfortunately, it's still a little bit far. Second town center now, or second sheep rather, going to be here. And Pilot Elf going to be popping down that area of effect, just provide himself a little bit more information. He's going to see the lumber camp coming down now from Salami. So he's going to be well and truly in the know. Wheelbarrow now coming down from Pilot Elf as well, with a Gur right next to the gold. You know, we haven't spoken about it, but I gotta be honest with you guys. Pilot Elf spawn is kind of insane. This is an absolutely wild Mongol spawn. He's got berries, he's got gold, and he's got a wood line right next to the town center. Now, normally you wouldn't go for a Gur. You wouldn't need it. But in this scenario, he does go for the Gur. And the reason why is because he wants that wheelbarrow. There's no other way to get it as the Mongols. But he realizes that his economy, he needs to be in top-notch economic favor right now to be going up against the deli. Because the deli have got multiple ways that they can deal with the tower rush. And this is what I love to see about the meta, the way that it develops. Now, I'm sure you guys will remember, there was a game that I'm sure some of you guys will remember. There was a game that we casted. It was called The Ultimate Counter to the Mongol Tower Rush, something like that. And it was with the deli. And essentially what happened was the deli player, what they would do is they would get tower rush. And let's say, you know, you've got your outpost coming in here. It stops you gathering gold. You've got an outpost coming in here. It stops you gathering from the wood. You'd move over here. What would the deli player do? They would, upon aging up, they would immediately drop a stable, and they would immediately drop an archery range. And instead of researching from their mill a horticulture, they would instead research professional scouts. And you might be thinking, Drongo, that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, that is pretty cool. That is pretty damn cool, because what they would then do is they would make the scouts at the stable and make archers at the archery range. 3 or 4 archers is all you needed to shut down those early spears, and then they'd make 7, 8, 9 scouts, and then they would use the scouts to siege down the outpost. And then they would convert those scouts from being, you know, normal amateur scouts to professional scouts, and then they would go take the hunt. of the enemy. And now all of a sudden, you've got this Delhi player who has not only neutralized the sacred site, but they've utilized the unit that they made and turned the tables upon you and taken away precious resources from you. And as a result, it means that in this matchup in particular, it seems less likely that tower rushes will be happening. But as I say that, Pilot Elf begins to move out onto the map with 5 villagers. Pilot Elf, where are you going with these villagers and what are you doing? Oh, Pilot Elf, you couldn't go one game without tower rushing somebody, could you? This is classic Pilot Elf, and you know, this is something that we will begin to see, I suspect, throughout this series. Well, not through this series, because there's not more than one game. It's just one game, but you know, I'm planning on covering a couple more Pilot Elf games. Oh no, Pilot Elf! Oh no, Pilot Elf getting caught with his pants down. Not only the pants coming down, but also the daggers coming out. First villager going to be running away towards the base. Second villager is going to be sitting safely underneath the outpost. Looks like they're going to be able to survive, and this outpost is going to be getting up, but a fair bit of damage going to be done here to Pilot Elf. Pilot Elf struggling to make ends meet, and now in the middle of the map, the Khan going to be coming inside the outpost, going to be safely and steadily, but now we start to see the push begin. Pilot Elf has managed to uncover a whole bunch of range, a whole bunch of line of sight, and now the push begins. Pilot Elf intent on making this cross, or this, I was going to say this crossbow, but this push begin happening, and now the villagers got to be careful. Pilot Elf, wake up, my friend. He's fallen asleep at the keyboard. Villager getting stuck. Villager running on the spot, doing a Michael Jackson. Going to be falling down the same way that he did. Oh, it's terrible damage. Drongo, you shouldn't have said something like that about a hero like Michael Jackson. He was so strong. Yeah, it wasn't too soon, though. It wasn't too soon. That was a long time ago. I miss him as well. Don't worry, guys. That's how we cope. That's how we cope with our grief. We got to joke about it, because if we don't joke, we cry. Now, look at this beautiful response coming out from Salami, using the scholars on the front line, going to be healing up all of the damage. Scholar getting focused down. Salami not paying attention. A lot of damage coming out from that scholar. And now the second scholar going to be going down as well. But I think this outpost is going to be taken down, and Salami's built up enough of a mass. Still 2 outposts going to be going down. Villager coming out to repair. Inside that, there is a Khan. A Khan going to be coming out. There's a whole bunch of villagers that are there. I thought there was a 1 on top of that. It looks like there was a bit more than a 1, though, as the villager's going to get caught out, and Pilot Elf going to be scrambling, trying to make ends meet back upon his own side of the map. And you can see behind this, he's nowhere near a castle age at this point in time. You would have expected with an early economic focus. He had that pasture out nice and early. He had the gur out. The wheelbarrow came through. He was going all in on his economy. And all of a sudden, he turns the tables upon themselves, and he says, hold on a minute. I ain't really giving up on the tower rush this easy, Drongo, you cool kid. But now, we watch as the archery rangers begin to come down for Pilot Elf. He is intent on remaining in the feudal age and stopping what potentially may be happening to his opponent. And that is indeed a timing. This is the fearsome Delhi timing that is about to happen. And we can see the scholars moving out across the map. They are looking to take control of the sacred sites. There are sacred sites down towards the south. You can see the first scholar going to be entering onto the sacred site and looking to capture it up. Now we've got some horsemen on horseman action. It's not going to be your early horsemen. These are going to be your fully fledged, fully upgraded horsemen going to be coming in, looking to do a bit of harassment. Not going to be able to find any villagers here. Khan going to be coming out as well. And Salami holding on. We can see he's getting his upgrades through, doing a great job right now. We've got specialized pick. We've got horticulture. We have got iron undermesh. You've got double broadaxe. You've got a whole bunch of upgrades that are coming through here for Salami. And he is looking to make this timing work. Scholar going to get picked up in the middle of the map, not paying attention. Now the boar. Does the boar get involved? Does the boar dare get involved in this argument? It doesn't look like he wants to at this point in time. Salami got to be careful not to aggro the boar. The boar, where is the boar in the mix? I don't even see the boar anymore. The boar, oh, never mind. Boar is just chilling out. Scholar going to go down, though. He's going to be happy with that one. At the same time, action towards the center of the map. Down towards the south, the scholar going to get picked up here. Salami, unfortunately, not paying attention, or rather not walling up the sacred site, not giving himself enough of a mass down there. But that boar is the only remaining victor in that battle. The boar looks to live on in this situation. In fact, the boar probably might live this game. He is playing up against the Delhi. So Salami, no, you know, it's haram for him to take the boar. He can't do that. And the Mongols, well, Pilot Elf, I don't think he can tower rush the boar. So it's probably likely that the boar lives this game. Let's see though. Let's look. We'll wait till the end of the game. Then we'll make our minds up there. But now the archer mass begins to come out for Pilot Elf. He's looking to use all of that stone that he'd saved up from the first age on some of these archers. And you can see he's got ×2 in the queue. Right now, more horsemen going to be moving out across the map, and infantry, as well as cavalry, coming out towards this sacred site. The first scholar finally going to be making its way towards this position. and just going to be healing up all of the units that are here. Not going to be actually taking the sacred site. Come on, Salami, do it better. Now back towards the berries. Salami once again. Salami, where is your outpost at, man? I'm starting to wonder where the hood is at, and I'm starting to think it might be on your berry patch, because there is so many people up inside your berry patches right now, and it ain't looking pretty. Now in the middle of the map, another spear going to be going down, and these archers begin to push out. Keep in mind, there's a Khan nearby. I don't think he's got the outpost buffing up the movement speed on these guys just yet. Yam Network not going to be able to help at this point in time, but villagers going to be running away. You can see these. He's already got that extra little bit of health. Going to be keeping those villagers alive extra long, but we'll do a quick villager count. 31 villagers for Pilot Elf, 34 for Salami. Keep in mind, Salami was able to take out quite a lot of villagers in that early outpost push that came through from Pilot Elf, but it was denied very successfully from Salami, and now the second of the blacksmith have come in. Dome of the Faith going to continue pumping out all of those scholars at half price. A great little discount for him. And now villagers starting to move towards the gold mine. In the middle of the map, we've got a little bit of an opening in the wall here. I'm not sure what this opening is all about. Perhaps this is the new technique. You just leave an opening here, maybe to bait your enemy in. Maybe you want to wall your enemy into the... Is there any scenario where that works? Could you wall your enemy in if they push in? You could probably do it, but would it be worth it? Like, what do you gain from it? Like, maybe you go raid the enemy's base, or you kill him, or like you were hiding 17 battering rams. But speaking of hiding battering rams, we're going to be looking now down at Pilot Elf as he starts to wish he had battering rams, because there are so many units in here right now for his enemy. Salami really looking quite strong. Keep in mind, he's got that +1 upgrade as well. Going to be providing him a lot of assistance in this scenario. +1 upgrades already come through from Pilot Elf, and you can see just how fast those archers are going to be scaling back towards that. A little bit of an attack down towards this way, but the archers are the real sufferers in this situation. Boar could get in on the action as well. It's always looking to try and take control of the situation, but instead Salami just turning his attention towards these archers and really trying to take control, but unfortunately going to be losing this sacred site. Beautiful timing here from Pilot Elf. He manages to capitalize on the fact that his opponent wants this sacred site, fights for this sacred site, and subsequently loses his army for this sacred site. Now in the middle of the map, Pilot Elf continues to push forward with even more outposts, even more archers, and even more horsemen. We see in the global queue right now, he is continuing to train more horsemen, but at this point in time, there doesn't seem to be too many other units that are coming out for him. We'll take a look at Salami's base and see how he begins diversifying. He's out on the berries. Pilot Elf is aware of them, but still not going to be applying pressure. So normally that would be what you're doing. You're looking for the food sources. If you're up against the deli, that's the next thing you're looking for. Where are those food sources? I want to apply pressure towards them. Maybe we see an outpost potentially come down on these berries. That is always going to be a potential option, but you can see the berries are starting to run dry. You don't miss your berries and... Wait, you don't miss your mill until your berries run dry? Is that how it goes? I don't know exactly how the Craig David classic goes, but there is definitely one of them. But now horsemen moving out towards the villagers. Going to be looking to take them out. Pilot Elf once again not responding to the villagers being killed. Unfortunately, one of the villagers only going to be getting away. All the rest of them going to be going down, managing to make it back towards that outpost with the arrow slits coming through. More and more horsemen coming out, and now Salami coming up with an aggressive mill right now, dropping it down with 10 villagers. Get him, Salami. You get those villagers, or rather you get those berries. But he is trying his best to gather, and he is really looking to fight on this front. The outpost is up, the arrow slits are in, and it's going to be a very strong defensive position for Pilot Elf to continue navigating through this battle. Keep in mind, Pilot Elf struggling right now with the forces of Salami, a little bit close to Salami's base, and Salami continues to push through past the outpost, but he's going to get cleaned up. Once again, villagers coming out, a few spearmen getting thrown in the mix here from Salami as well, and Salami not looking good right now, not looking the strongest it seems, as once again these berries on the front line do get denied, and Salami starting to scratch his head and go, hold on a minute, where can I even gather from at this point in time? I got sheep under the town center, but it's not going to be enough. You can see he's only got 6 sheep left, including that one that was brutally murdered a little bit earlier in the game. But now it's interesting that this sheep keeps its allegiance to Salami. You can see the sheep carcass belongs to Salami. What determines ownership of a sheep carcass? Is it whoever owns it when it dies? I suspect it would be, right? Like, we go have a look at these sheep carcasses. Wait, there's no sheep carcasses. It's going to belong to Pilot Elf, right? When it inevitably dies. When it is inevitably slaughtered for its delicious meat. But now, Pilot Elf looking to try and get the ram out. He does it. Let's take a look at whether he got improved siege engineering. No, he didn't. He just goes for the first one. And this is a smart move. A lot of people in this scenario would go for improved siege engineering because they look at it and they go, well, siege engineering's pretty good, but what about an improved version of siege engineering? That sounds pretty cool. Well, it is cool. You are right, Redditor, but keep in mind, you're not going to be able to use it in the second age. You don't actually gain anything from it in the second age. And sure, you do, you research it once and for all, and you do have to technically research it a second time if you do want to watch it. or sorry, if you do want to get it, and that's going to give you a bit of idle time in the blacksmith, but you know, it's not worth that extra stone at the early stage of the game. But now archers need to fall back towards the outpost. The Khan ready to blast off its maneuver arrow. We'll take a look and see how they micro. He needs to bring out more and more units. He's struggling right now in this position. We enter into the cinematic mode to see how he does it going through the stealth forest. We see that outpost trying to hold up strong. Archers on the back line, barely able to pick off any of these units. He's going to be trying to pick off the spears. You can see he's doing a great job. All of the spears going down, but so many of the horsemen have been killed. And now Salami looking to try and take control once again of this front line. Khan going to be sitting here. Have we even seen the arrow go off yet? We haven't even seen the arrow go off yet. Pilot Elf, you call yourself a Mongol main, and we don't even see an arrow go off in one fight? What are you doing, Pilot Elf, you crazy cat? And now he manages to hold on to this position. Once again, it is the same story from before. The archer mass continues to hold on this front line position. And now Salami is somewhat overwhelmed. We can see that the archers continue to reinforce from this position, but more and more outposts are going to be assisting in the process of the battle as the retreat continues. And now this mass of archers continues to build. Pilot Elf looking better, looking stronger, looking faster, looking better, faster, stronger, looking harder. He is looking good right now. But now a nice little pickup there. We can see that Pilot Elf actually did ignite the outpost, so he's going to be able to get that bounty. And now towards the base of Salami, a struggle begins significantly because this berry patch, the war of the berries, is finally over. And it looks like Pilot Elf has won, but he's pushed out a little bit too far. You got to be careful here, Pilot Elf. There are a lot of horsemen here ready to take your name, but he looks like he's going to be able to pick up a couple spears here. We'll tune in with Salami and see how he's doing. Oh my lord, Salami, 1,500 gold in the bank. Salami, what are you doing with all that gold and where did it come from? He doesn't have any of the sacred sites. He's got no sacred sites. And he's still got 1,600 gold in the bank. Oh, I know what he did. Oh, Salami, you're smart, dude. He can't gather any food, right? Because he's got no food. He doesn't want to invest in farms. That's expensive shit. He gathers up the gold and then market trades it for food and gets himself to Castle Age. That's big brain, Salami. That's big brain, baby. But now he's up to Castle Age, but he begins to push out towards his enemy. He's got that +1 armor as well as that +1 attack. But still, another outpost going to be coming up on the front line. We immediately see arrow slits coming through for our Mongol player. Khan does go down, unfortunately losing his life before popping off that arrow, or rather just after popping off that arrow. But still, we see that Pilot Elf is fighting on for this frontal position. Still yet to realize that Salami is up. We do see that landmark behind enemy lines, or rather behind Salami's lines, as he continues to push in. Where are the food sources right now for Salami? He's down here on this position. There's a sheep down here as well, looking to get in on the action. But it's going to take some time, and now Castle Age coming through. Pilot Elf realizes now is go time, and he subsequently decides to push out a whole bunch of units. You can see he's not messing around with the macro, not putting any more villagers onto gold, and now Salami starting to struggle as once again we see Salami enter into a little bit of a difficulty with the deli. And I'm not just talking about the meat, I'm talking about the civ, boys, because it is not looking pretty for him. Villager count right now 55 with 26 idols compared to the 43 of his opponent. So realistically, the Pilot Elf has not been keeping up on the villager count. He's been investing too much in units and not enough in villagers, but at this point in time, the elephant is out, and so from here, everything changes. A single war elephant comes out, and the single war elephant will change the face of the game. Villagers looking to move out towards this position, realize how important it is to take down these arrow slits, and you can see that outpost probably going to be going down. The scholar was coming out as well, but now war elephant going to be turning its attention. Look, there's more villagers. Villagers have actually come out of the outpost. They say, you know what, Mr. Elephant, you're going to have to turn yourself back around to your base because this outpost ain't going anywhere. Men-at-arms now going to be coming out as well. Keep in mind, they got their +1 armor, which is going to mean these archers are barely scratching them. They are going to be doing 1 damage a volley against these men-at-arms, and you can see they are going to be having an absolute field day, but struggling up against these outposts. These outposts have got those arrow slits, and now the attention is turned towards... Are they on hold position? That's a hold position horseman right there. That is the first time I've ever seen a hold position horseman. But now, hold position horseman has finally decided to give up its position as the archers continue to run away from the men-at-arms. Men-at-arms are going to be trying their best. Salami, meanwhile, he's struggling. He's got 22 villagers on food. Somehow he's found a way. Look at this. Salami moving all across the map, just exhausting all possibilities with regard to his resources. He knows how dangerous it is to have villagers around that town center. His enemy has come in multiple times, and now we once again see Pilot Elf moving in towards the woodline. He's barely missed those villagers, but now spots it and he's beelining towards them. You can see he's intent on taking them out. Indeed, he's going to spot them, but unfortunately, they will get back towards that town center, towards the front line. Now, where is that elephant? Oh no, it's Stampy. Stampy is going absolutely ham. If anybody doesn't know who Stampy is, it's a Simpsons episode. I think it's called Where is the elephant that belongs to me? It is a good episode. It's an episode where Bart Simpson enters into a competition to win an elephant or the money. And the radio is like, oh, you know, it's just a joke. Damn, dude, did you see that? The Khan gets fucking knocked out. Sit the fuck down, Khan. Holy shit, dude. One single attack from the fucking elephant. Boom. He got knocked the fuck out. It's like a rugby player, dude. Holy shit. Oh, man. That war elephant got down to like 11 health in that situation. Dude, that elephant knocked out the Khan. Wow. It was like that. We are age of rugby right now. Once again, more villagers going to be going down. Yeah, but the episode of The Simpsons, I can't remember what it's called, but Bart he enters a competition. He wins the competition. Does he want to win, or does he want the elephant, or does he want the money? And he's meant to take the money, but he's like, no, I want the elephant. And so the radio station is then legally obliged to get him an elephant. And then he gets an elephant. And like he starts his whole campaign. It's like, where's my elephant? Where's my elephant? There you go. There's your elephant. There is Stampy. He calls the elephant Stampy, by the way. And, you know, the elephant is very effective at killing Khans, it seems. But Pilot Elf going to be looking to struggle in this scenario. You can see he's working his way towards that castle age. But he's very close to the middle of the map. I just realized. I was looking at the minimap. I'm like, did he move his base forward? He seems very far forward. But now down towards the south. Look at this. You guys don't ever fancy a little bit of... Ever fancy a dance, a berry dance with the neighbor? Look at this girl. She was dancing her heart out right there. Both players fighting out over the berries. Interestingly, I wonder if the mill next to the berries increases the berry amount for the Mongol player. I suspect it would. But now Stampy gonna be looking to come back into the game. Do it, Stampy. You can do it. I believe in Stampy. And he's still like, you can see the, oh my lord, look at the scholars coming out. I suspect we've got that technology. Let's take a look at it. Let's have a look. He still doesn't have herbal medicine. Does he just not get it because he thinks it's overpowered, or does he just not want it? Or is it just that he's researching the other one, the movement speed one? But now villager on villager action. It's happening down towards the bottom. And I gotta say, these villagers look like they are Christmas-themed villagers. If I was gonna do like a Christmas patch as the developers, I would literally just make it red Mongol villagers for everybody. I have never seen a more Christmas-themed villager. Like, look at the way they got like the little frocks, the little white bit down to the bottom. They kind of look like they're wearing the Santa caps. Like, you know, those the little hats that Santa Claus gives out. It's the exact same thing. It is literally like right now, Mongols. Pilot Elf is role playing as Santa Claus. But now down towards the south, got to be careful here. A lot of these scholars running in with healing above their health, or above themselves. Gonna be going for these relics though. Salami looking to pick them up. You can see there's multiple relics out in this position. He's sent out units out towards all of these. Losing a couple scholars though down towards the south. Not really paying attention to the fact that there are a lot of units in that bad boy. First of the relics gonna get picked up here for Salami. We'll take a look and see where the rest are on the map. You got one up to the north, one over to the east, another one down to the south, and Salami gonna be picking up this one. Wallalo gonna be happening. Don't get too excited. It's just a single horseman. Horseman's so fast he's gonna be able to run away. Look at that. Look, wow, what impressive micro coming out there from Pilot Elf. Sends it away and back in. It almost like, that's the opposite of a fadeaway, I feel like. Like, you basically knew the timing so well. Drops the relic and says, you know what, I'll see you later. You can keep the relic, mate. And now tries his best to keep alive. Does a little bit of the ring around the rosy wicket. And here's Stampy on the other side. All the horsemen go down. Relic managing to be picked back up. The scholar survives on 8 health. Impressive stuff. Second Stampy coming out. Stampy's cousin, Cheryl, coming out of the woodworks now. Salami looking to mean business as he begins turning his attention towards sacred sites. Begins turning his attention towards relics. That is the third relic going to be captured now for Salami. We can see he's got the first one already sitting inside. Second one coming back now. You can see these guys having a bit of a struggle. 1.27 movement speed, but still carrying pretty quickly. Second relic going to get deposited now. Where's that third relic for Salami? Because it's surely got to be out here. Did I miss it? There's a third one. That is the third relic coming in. So third relic now. 2 more relics up towards the north. Will our Mongol player Pilot Elf, will he look to potentially go into some relics himself? And look at the defense coming up. The Mongols can't make keeps, but they can make outpost fortresses. And that is exactly what Pilot Elf looks to do. Look at the sprinkled emplacements coming in. If you were ever thinking about, you know, throwing it up, hey, are sprinkled emplacements balanced? No, they are not. And this is evidence for it, because Pilot Elf just immediately goes for this. I mean, you could have gone for a keep as well. You know what? Maybe they are balanced. Who knows? But now, Men-at-Arms going to be running in underneath. There's a lot of crossbows here. You got to be careful. Keep in mind, these war elephants do actually get countered quite effectively against the crossbows of his opponent. This composition is largely an armored composition. We see heavy men-at-arms. We see heavy lancers. We see heavy war elephants. And now the Sprinkled Outpost trying their best to do damage in this scenario. Looking to do damage through these war elephants. Now the crossbow mass beginning to build for Pilot Elf. Oh my god, his name is Pilot Elf. His name is literally Elf. Like, the elf that works for Santa. It is totally a thing. It is 100% confirmed. Pilot Elf is from Antarctica. He is a living, working, breathing Santa Claus right now. But now Salami, managing to fall back on this front, and you got to give it to him. Like, good defense put up there from Pilot Elf. Great job, Pilot Elf. You put down 4 outposts. You researched Sprinkled emplacement. You did a good job. The crossbow mass was definitely helpful in this scenario. But now the Scholar's moving out. You can hear those elephants rumbling their guts. I'm an elephant. Actually, that's more of like a tree from Lord of the Rings. You know those trees, the trees from Lord of the Rings. It's that sort of thing. That's more of the voice. But War Elephant going to be going down. A lot of crossbows coming out here. Even the Scholars weren't able to heal that bad boy up. War Elephant. Oh, that's a Tower Elephant coming out. Don't mess with that guy. He's ranged cavalry. He's not heavy. One of the things that I actually didn't realize at first is you've got the Tower War Elephant. Or sorry, the War Elephant, which is getting pushed by the Tower War Elephant. The War Elephant is a heavy unit, so it gets countered by the crossbow. Okay? But the Tower Elephant, despite having fucking high armor, it's got 4 armor, is not a heavy unit. It is just a light unit. So it doesn't get countered by the crossbow. So there you go. There you go. It is a ranged cavalry, though. So it gets countered by the Horseman. It gets countered by the Fire Lancer. It gets countered by the demo ship, I guess. Probably counters it. But now we see Sacred Sites being taken by Salami. Just because we're late game doesn't mean we can't take Sacred Sites. That's damn right, Salami. Salami looking to transition. He's a little bit of a lead in the early Castle Age into a bit of a lead in the late Fortress Age, or rather late Castle Age. Fortress obviously being an Age of Empires 3 reference. But now that crossbow mass really beginning to build, and the Tower War Elephant's going to be able to deal effectively with this. We see that the crossbows are having to be forced back by the men-at-arms, and still we see that outpost in the center of the map yet to really build a position. So the question is, what kind of composition does Salami look to go into from here? As the Khan begins to attack and receive attacks himself, he's going to be going down in the middle of the map. We hear more elephants. More elephants. But I think the question is, what composition does Salami look to go to? Because we've seen Stampy come out. We've seen the Tower Elephants come out. I feel like at this point, he's got to kind of support this. He's got to be looking to go into, like, archers as well as men-at-arms, and then just, like, make sure that his enemy, you know, is never really able to engage the Tower Elephants with any kind of spears, because that's really what do it. Even though the Tower Elephants do very well against spears, you can see, actually, is that a Tower Elephant? Yeah, 31 damage on the tusks, 15 on the bow. But now villagers, oh no, it looks doubtful that this outpost is going to get up. Salami struggling here right now, finally going to be waking up. A lot of crossbows coming out for his opponent. Pilot Elf, definitely a guy, I got to be honest with you, Pilot Elf seems like the kind of guy who is a lamer. Like, he just he loves to do lame things. Anything that is like, is lame, it's this kind of thing. So what is he doing? He's massing crossbows. So crossbow is like, the theory is that crossbows technically can't actually be beaten at the moment. They're too strong because mangonels are weak. But now we see that, oh no, Wallalol going to be coming in, villagers going to be escaping, but never mind, the relic gets taken out. There are a lot of scholars standing ready nearby, but Tower War Elephant's going to be very effective in this scenario. I feel like if there's any unit that can counter the mass crossbow, it's the Tower War Elephant, and that's exactly what Salami goes for. And so we can see that Pilot Elf is just literally going for only crossbows in this scenario. He's like, yeah bro, I made only crossbows. He's literally making only crossbows in this situation, and he's like, I got this 100%. There's nothing that can beat mass crossbows. Trust me, I tested it out. I ran the math. Crossbows are the best. And meanwhile, the Tower War Elephants are like, actually, bro, I'm not heavy. I'm only ranged. And that just because I'm an elephant doesn't mean I'm heavy. So, you know, don't you judge me. Don't you shame me for my weight. Just because I'm an elephant doesn't mean I'm heavy. But now we'll take a look down towards the south. There's no battles beginning at all down there. Villagers completely decided or determined to move to other areas. Barry's going to be moving back here. Interestingly, Pilot Elf doesn't seem to have a very big economy with regard to his pastures. At this point in the game, you'd normally expect a Mongol player to have maybe 10, 12 pastures, that sort of thing. But for Pilot Elf, it doesn't seem to be the case. Only sitting on 3. There's still a lot of resources out on the map. You can see he's gathering up the berries here, albeit not as efficiently as it could be. There are boars out here to be grabbed, but if you're playing the Mongols, you've got a safe economy underneath the town center, so you don't need to be doing it. You do not need to be doing it. But now Pilot Elf is beginning to add in more crossbows. But remember, as I said earlier, you know, I sort of fell into this trap before. You see the big Tower Elephant, you see the armor that they've got, and you think, oh yeah, this guy's totally going to be countered by the crossbow. That's me. That's me as Susanna, like waving my finger back and forward. I'm like, nope. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. It is not the way that it is. But now, oh my lord, Salami. Oh my lord, Salami gets the memo. He says, hey, my enemy's only going to be making crossbows. What are we going to do? I think there's 2 men-at-arms coming out now, and Salami looking to try and take control of the game. Cinematic mode has been entered, and Salami looking to draw all of his attention towards the front. Men-at-arms doing a great job of soaking that. We hear the sprinkled emplacements firing down upon the battle as it begins, and all the elephants looking to move forward and try and deal some damage in this scenario. Salami continuing to struggle as he pushes underneath the town center of his opponent. A big mass of crossbows continue to exist, and still we see on the back line that all of these units getting tanked up in the face by these emplacements on the outpost, and all of the crossbows have done an effective job with the horsemen. So for all of you guys that were like, oh, Drongo, you dickhead, you just make horsemen and it's fine. Well, I mean, was 25 horsemen enough? No, it wasn't. It clearly wasn't enough because all the crossbows are still alive. Like, maybe you needed 40. Maybe you needed 40. And now Salami looking to be a little bit dirty, a little bit stingy, a little bit dangerous as he drops a keep in the base of the enemy Mongol player right now. Is it going to get up? Is it going to not get up? Let's take a look because there's a lot of villagers here, and now he begins to push forward towards all the crossbows, and the crossbows commit to the villagers, and now Pilot Elf is struggling because he needs to make a decision. Do I take out the villagers and look to take down and deny this keep, or do I potentially run away from them, let the keep get up, but then I'm still keeping my units alive because this whole time the elephants are just wreaking havoc on him, and Salami going to be able to get this keep up in the base of Pilot Elf. Now keep in mind, Pilot Elf is playing as the Mongols. If he wanted to, he could pick these buildings up, and he does indeed pick these buildings up. He moves them on to a better place, a new place, a friendlier place, and now Salami drops down a second keep. He is intent on causing havoc in this Mongolian base. Town center going to be under pressure shortly as the elephants turn their attention towards it. 9 villagers inside the town center going to be forced to evacuate from this situation. There are so many villagers here for Salami. All of his villagers on the front line. You can see he's got 71. Pilot Elf sitting on 64 at this point in time, so villager counts are close. Up towards the north, a wolf going to be getting in on the action as well, causing more havoc, more chaos, more pandemonium for Pilot Elf. And Salami, once again, looking to try and take control of this game as he continues to hunt for more villagers, and indeed he finds them. Salami looking to try and close out this game right now. Pilot Elf is struggling at this point in time. You can see the town center yet to move. The deer stone's yet to move. He's moved all of the infrastructure down towards the south into a safer position, but he's just making more crossbows. What are you going to do with crossbows when you got keeps in your base, Pilot Elf? And now Salami looks to steal away the gold from his enemy, and good game gets called. Pilot Elf taps out, and that is the legend of Pilot Elf. Fellas, if you've enjoyed this casted game, make sure you check out Salami. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can find him on Twitch. He's an incredible player, an incredible content creator, and I reckon you should check him out a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.